ladies and gentlemen, we are in a 2016 Nissan GTR, pearl white, courtesy of my good friend Kevin, who's trusting me enough to drive his GTR and do a small car review on it. So this is a 2016 R35 Nissan GTR. I had the fortunate opportunity to drive it when it was completely stock. Today, it's not stock. Kevin only had the car for about 3 months when he decided to do some upgrades on it. You'll see the Meistershaft exhaust, which I'll highlight in the video, as well as full intakes for the twin turbos to breathe a little better, and some Go Fast Bits blow-off valves. For those of you who have not heard of a Nissan GTR, chances are you're living under a rock. And I say that half jokingly because if you searched on YouTube to search for a Nissan GTR, you already know about the car, or you wanted to learn more about the car. But this car's only been available here in the States since 2009 is when they brought this R35 model overseas. So the car is known as Godzilla, and it earned that reputation by winning 29 races and 29 starts way back when the R32 model came out. I believe in 89. 89 was the year that it came out. So the car's been around for a while, and it's just an incredible machine. And if you watch this video, I want you to kind of take that away as a note that this car is nothing more than a machine. She'll roll. Kevin's giving me the green light to be able to get on it, and like I said at the beginning of the clip, I drove it when it was stock. It puts out stock the R35 or the 2016 model because they've upgraded the horsepower over the years, but this model comes stock with 545 horsepower with the full exhaust, the intakes, and the I think he has 3 or 4 tunes, 3 or 4 maps that Kevin's able to choose from. This car puts just over 600 horsepower to the wheels, and I've got to tell you, it's one of the fastest cars I've ever been in. And when you're sitting in the passenger seat, it's a hell of a lot faster than when you're actually driving it. So luckily, Kevin's not driving, and I'm actually the one driving, because when I'm sitting in that seat, man, it's a thrill because you don't have control of the machine, and when you're sitting in it, it makes all the difference in the world. The Nissan GTR really blew up in popularity, I would say in the late 90s, early 2000s, for a couple reasons. You had the Fast and Furious phenomenon happen. You had Gran Turismo video games, out on PlayStation. And then you had, the boom of the internet. And yes, kids, believe it or not, the internet wasn't in the palm of your hands. And so with all that kind of, that storm brewing, if you will, and seeing really, a lot of the people really didn't see the R32 or R33. Really, when Fast and Furious came out and everybody saw the R34, it just kind of blew up, and the car really became somewhat of a unicorn. And I say that, and some of you guys already know what I'm talking about, but it was one of those cars that you heard about, but you never really saw. And so, thankfully, a lot has changed since, I believe, the first Skyline came out. I believe it was in '69. And, a lot has changed since the R32 version, the 33, 34, and luckily, thank goodness, they have brought the R35 over here to the States. This twin-turbo engine puts out 545 horsepower. and averages 23 miles to the gallon, believe it or not. But let's be honest, you're not buying this car to worry about, you know, how many miles per gallon you're getting. You're buying this car to do one thing. To drive it. This isn't your grandmother's Prius we're talking about. One of the great things about the Nissan GTR is just the handling in it. I mean, the transmission's unbelievable. The 20-inch raise that comes stock in it. It has a limited slip in the front and the back. It just keeps it planted to the road. I mean, you seriously feel like Batman in this thing. Why anybody would really, be willing to spend that kind of money on a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. And I say those big names, those are some big names, because, this car costs $100,000 and it can outperform, many of the exotic cars across the country. Why anybody would be willing to spend that kind of money, when they can just go to their local Nissan dealership, order one of these cars, and then you're competing with the big boys straight out of the factory, not even exaggerating. Nissan did such a good job on the interior, the touch, the feel points, the padding's premium. My car, I drive a Subaru WRX, and, for the price, now don't get me wrong, $100,000, the interior should be nice, but in my honest opinion, the engine, the performance that you get out of the car, just by pressing the smile factor, the gas, that alone is worth $100,000 in my honest opinion. But Nissan did such a good job with this. The touch feel points are fantastic. The gear, the paddle shifters themselves. I mean, yes, I did say paddle shifters. This car came, only standard. It came stock with just the paddle shifter 6-speed transmission as the only option. And when it first came out, to be honest with you, I was kind of bummed out about it. I grew up my whole life driving, a manual, and I was kind of hoping that this car would, come with the manual option. But to be honest with you, once I got behind the steering wheel, I just stopped that little hissy fit, because literally you cannot shift the gears fast enough. And it's just pure poetry. I mean, I hate to say that, but it honestly is. The Nissan, the GTR team did such a good job with this that literally watch. As soon as you're hitting it, boom, next gear, next gear, next gear. There's literally no way that you can shift it fast enough, and the transmission is just awesome. Now, when you start, doing a ton of modifications with it, you're going to start to see some issues, but, out of the factory, I mean, what else could you ask for? This car is just phenomenal. I'd like to thank my buddy Kevin for allowing me to drive this 2016 Nissan GTR. It's really a dream come true. I've been wanting to launch this channel for quite some time, and I wanted to give the channel the justice it kind of deserved, and the launch like I felt like I wanted to achieve. So hats off to Kevin for trusting me to allow me and to trust me to driving this car. It's been phenomenal. It's a dream car of mine. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get one for myself. So if you guys like the video, hopefully there will be more here in the coming days, coming weeks. I live in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, so I'm kind of hoping to get out to the local cars and coffees, be able to meet a couple folks, and develop the relationship to be able to shoot a couple more of these videos. So that being said, if you like the video, click the subscribe button, and there will hopefully be more of these to come.
Close up.